Well, guys, not exactly the video I wanted to make. Let me get you guys up to speed with what I discovered. Also, it's almost midnight, so don't mind my hair right now. All right, guys, so the good old C36, you know it so well by now. We've done a ton of videos on it so far since we've got it, but just recently we did a part 1 and 2 on the water pump replacement, and I was super ecstatic to have it done. It's awesome, but unfortunately, right when we started it up, it was making the noise that the previous water pump made again, and not something that I wanted to hear from the brand new one. So right away, I kind of got my spidey senses tingling about this situation. Lo and behold, about a day, two go by. I drive it one day to work, drive it home, chill, come back, everything's good. And then I randomly was coming out to the garage to do something else and just happened to start kind of poking around things. And I think I was making sure the fan shroud was clipped in at the bottom. Got underneath the car and saw a puddle. At that point, I wasn't feeling too good. Said puddle was basically directly below the engine, right around here, and had been dripping off of the block. Came to find out from looking at it with the mirror. I don't know if I'll be able to show you guys with the light. All right, I'm gonna try to do this with the light on. This is gonna be tough. Let me find the right spot for you guys. So right about there, you can barely make it out on the camera. Sorry, I'm using my phone because this is not planned to make this video, but right about there, you can see a drip. And it's basically coming off of, I'll show you guys in the old pump. It's coming off of this square right here, which tells me this surface did not seal. How it didn't seal, I don't really know. I'm kind of regretting not picking up an OEM gasket. I also think, possibly I didn't get the surfaces clean enough before putting the silicone on. It could be a handful of things, but this design, I think like we talked about, is a tough one for getting it to get a good seal. I was literally reading forum posts about people talking about, having to do this job 2 or 3 times before they could get it to seal, which is pretty annoying nonetheless. But fortunately, I don't really feel like a shot in the gut right now. I feel like I've figured out well enough how to take this thing off and put it back on that I think I can speed up the job tenfold compared to last time when I was doing it. Number one, it's fresh, so the bolts are fresh. I torqued them down to my spec. Like, I know everything is my doing, so I can undo it a lot easier versus, the old bolts that we had here that were a bit, chewed up. Well, these ones are the good ones that I kept, but, we were working with old hardware before. It was torqued down like crazy. And yeah, I just didn't really know what I was getting myself into. Now that I have the experience, I think that I can definitely do a better job this time and do it a lot quicker. My only question now is the one worry that I have. This thing is still making that cold noise, and that is related to, the water pump bearing itself being bad. So I don't want to take it off, reseal it, and then still have that noise. So my kind of dilemma right now is, do I take it off and get a different pump? Get a remanufactured OEM one? Can I send my OEM one off to be rebuilt by somebody? Can I rebuild it myself? I probably don't want to, but that's my kind of dilemma right now of what to do. I'm not that concerned about resealing it. I'm going to stop by. There's actually like an O-ring store nearby me, like a little shop that's run that specializes in everything O-ring. So I'm going to bring that to them tomorrow, and I'm going to see if they have a really nice fitting gasket, and hopefully like a Viton or a silicone or something that's super long lasting and will seal really well. So I'm gonna see if I can get something like that, or at very least I'll get the OEM gasket. I'm kind of mad at myself for using the gasket that was supplied in this kit. The thermostat one worked fine, but the other one wasn't the best, and I should have used something else. I mean, I put a lot of RTV on there, so I figured it was gonna seal. It wasn't gonna have a problem, but in the end, yeah, didn't do so well. So I am going to have to figure it out. I did spend some time earlier kind of going through some trial and error of figuring out, do I have some kind of, maybe belt tension issues going on earlier or anything, but the belt tension seems good. I did order a new tensioner and tensioner pulley. So that will be here soon. I can do that as well. I was looking at, if the water pump pulley wasn't tight, so I tightened that up a bit more, but it's not like it doesn't have any play in it. It's not moving around at all. And the belt, when I'm watching it run, is not, walking back and forth like more than not even a millimeter at all. So it's very normal as far as belt travel goes. So last thing I'm going to do right now is start it up. It's cold again. I want to see if that noise is present and if you guys can hear it. We'll catch it on camera. It was in the part 2 video. Did have me concerned in there towards the end. But I'm going to start it right now, see if I can get that noise to happen or if it's going to happen since I've tightened that pulley and it's cold again. If it does happen, then chances are I should probably just get a different water pump because I don't want to go through the whole job again and then, have the pulley making noise on it or the bearing making noise on it. So yeah, we'll check it out once we pull it off, see how everything is, but let's start it up, see what happens. I will say getting the drive it to work again was awesome, and just driving the car in general was awesome. But yeah, I just want to get this right, so let's go for it. See, like the belt travel, I mean, maybe a tiny bit. The pulley, not much. So the noise you guys hear right now, it goes away once it's warm. So I don't know, you guys tell me what you think. Should I get a different water pump? Could this be caused by something else? Could this be caused by the belt tensioner? Okay guys, change of plans. Just sprayed. This is a shout out to, hey guys, Chris Fix here. Shout out to Chris Fix. I just sprayed a little bit of a WD-40 on the power steering pulley right there. That's kind of a test to see if belt tensioner could be your issue. So I think the belt tensioner is, or was, the cause of our noise there. I don't think it's a belt. It could be. I can replace that as well. But the tensioner did feel a little bit sloppy when I was re-tensioning the belt afterwards, after being done with this job. It could be over-tightening it if it's, I don't know, overclocked or just not tightening it enough. So that's a good sign. It instantly went away as soon as I sprayed that. I should have got that on camera, but literally this is a second after the last clip was taken. So maybe the water pump is perfectly fine. It's keeping temperature, doing all that stuff. It's everything it needs to do. But it's just leaking. So that's really good. We just need to reseal it. All right, well, that discovered. Let me go ahead and shut it off and tell you guys what I think my plan is going to be. Also, don't get worried. I wasn't smogging myself in here. Our garage is actually open sides, so things are escaping, and our garage door is not really a super tight seal at the top too, so we're okay running it a little bit in here. Okay, here's my plan. Hear me out. Tell me what you guys think. Because this is just, you know, kind of a baby, very, very slow leak that's happening right now, I think I'm gonna keep the car as is until I get the belt tensioner and the pulley. When I get those in, then I will pull the water pump off. That way I can do the tensioner and the pulley at the same time, make it a little easier for myself. And then we will reseal this thing properly. That'll buy me a little bit of time to find a good gasket using this as my reference. I also am gonna do a better job of, I'm gonna get a 3/8 torque wrench, and you are supposed to do 5 Newton meters, increments of 5 Newton meters. So like 5, 10, 15, doing crisscross on the bolts. And then the last stage is like 18 Newton meters, something like that. So I'm gonna do that. I think I actually got them pretty close. I tested 18 Newton meters on this today. Or no, it's 25 Newton meters, which is 18 foot-pounds, I believe. I can't remember. I'll tell you guys when it's actually happening, but I got it pretty close. So I'm gonna try to do a little better job of just sequencing that to get a good mated surface, because it is such a weird design. So yeah, I'm okay. Like, I'm really not too down in the dumps about this. You know, sometimes when you do a job like this, it's like, oh, it feels like you shot yourself in the foot, but I don't feel that way. It feels like a good learning experience, and I feel like I said, I'll be able to do it a lot better than the first time discovering everything. So let's get it R&R'd, let's take care of it, and let me know what you guys think. So I guess that'll be all for now. I am really trying to get to the fun stuff. I promise you guys I have some cool stuff planned. I want to dig into the C55 again. I have some things waiting for that, but I just want to get this car sorted, and it's bothering me that, you know, these little jobs are taking longer than expected. But it's kind of par for the course though, because I'm brand new to this drivetrain. I'm brand new in some regards to this chassis specifically, for the C36 202, not the 202 in general, but it's a very new setup to me, and I'm learning and taking my time to do things on my own and researching and whatever. So we're gonna get this thing in really, really good shape, really dialed in, and be able to really have fun with it soon. But we got to take care of business and make sure it is fully healthy before we continue to move on to the fun stuff. That said, because I'll have a little bit of time in between now and when the tensioner and pulley get here, I'm going to try to do some videos on the C55. So sorry, I know I've been throwing this car at you guys a bunch, which you guys seem to like it. You guys like the C36, I know, but yeah, let's get to some other stuff. I got to do some maintenance on the SUVs as well. I'm going to do the oil filter housing seals and a couple other things. C55, I want to do the sunroof delete and the valve covers, so the valve covers can finally match the beautiful intake manifold. But yeah, it was just kind of shock to the plans right now to see this thing leaking. It was kind of a stomach pit moment, but then I was like, it wasn't that bad. And because I kind of figured out the ball socket and the correct extensions and everything else, the bolts, the 4 bolts that hold it on, they're really not that bad. So yeah, we'll get it taken care of. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys are bummed. I'm not, I'm good. So we'll figure it out. But yeah, quick Wednesday update for you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you on Friday with something fun. But anyways, this is still fun. I get to work on dream cars of mine. I'm not complaining whatsoever. We'll just roll with it and get it taken care of. So yeah, hope you guys are having a good day. I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace. Whatsoever. Just roll with it and get it taken care of. So yeah, hope you guys are having a good day. I will catch you guys on the next one. I'm not complaining whatsoever. Peace.